dark, to be honest. I was born in Australia. I grew up here in Papa's Crossing. I wouldn't say I'm really that influenced by Filipino culture, but I was born here, so I think like someone would be born here.
I think I've been here 15 years. We came to Melbourne in 2004. I think it was July. It was so cold when I first came here. I was a little kid. They told me you have to have a shower. You're going to Australia tomorrow. I said, whoa. So where's that? When people ask where I'm from, I don't know. I'm proud to tell them where I'm from. I'm from Sudan, South Sudan. Well, right now, the media, I would say, not the best time to be Sudanese. Like the media right now is portraying the South Sudanese people pretty savage.
I don't know. I consider myself Australian with Filipino heritage. That's the best way to put it. Because when I went back to Philippines, yeah, I just didn't act like a Filipino. That's the weird thing about it. I knew how to speak Tagalog, and I knew all the mannerisms and stuff, like how to be polite, but everything else was Australian.
My passion is like fashion and like creative things. We're just making music and just, making clothes maybe, or like sewing some things up. And that's what I like to do forever if I could, if I got paid for it too. I don't know, I actually like mixing it up.
My brain was just naturally wired to make stuff, or like create art. Being the only Asian kid there in that school, I realized, man, everyone is completely different from me. And then, yeah, I tried to copy them in so many ways, which I shouldn't have, but I tried to, just to like fit in. I reckon subconsciously I've tried to distance myself from the Asian stereotype in order to be accepted.
You just can't change someone's mind sometimes. If they think that's how you are, that's how they think you are. Like people of color stealing maybe, or people of color not like behaving or something, or like not being civil. I feel like when you're of color, when you're out, you have to make yourself as approachable as you can. You can't make yourself look intimidating.
If I was just really nice and smart, yeah, I feel like people would take me a lot more seriously. Yeah, there were a few warehouse parties that happened, and the first one was cool. But then after it, the police shut it down. We all just spilled out onto the street, and then the police just hung around. And at some point, they just got sick of waiting, and then they just started, aggravating some of us. As soon as they seen all these Sudanese and Asian kids out on the street, they were really violent, like saying racial slurs. And then they just started pushing us around, and then beating him with a baton. It was the whole group of police doing this. Like, I feel like one of them started it, and then everyone just followed on. Just the way they treated, like immigrant kids, was messed up.
And I feel like it restricts you from being free, in a way, because people of color, they do really have to watch what they're doing and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's a game or like contest or something. Like, we have a protest. We say, we're trying to change the community, and one person of color does something. They said they're gonna change their ways. I feel like they're not on our side or something. Like, they said they're gonna change their ways, but look what happened last night. Like, come on, we're trying, in some sense, identify as Australian. But like I said, I feel like some people won't accept me as Australian, ever. Try to send them back. Where would you send them back to? Because that's your country. And that's how I feel like sometimes. I feel like it can never be my country sometimes.